What's the problem in Kinvara Bay?
Well, the pollution comes from the town. It comes from about 1,500 people, and there's about 70,000 gallons of it coming in a day.
And why is this pollution a problem?
Well, it's not treated. It's complete raw sewage. As a result, the bay is unsafe to swim in. It's very seriously polluted.
And why is the sea not washing all this?
Well, it's the nature of the bay. The bay is a long, elongated thing. It isn't washed out by the prevailing winds. And there's actually a pretty large river coming into it. You can't see it because it's underground. And oddly, salt water and fresh water don't mix very well. And if you look at the bay from the air, you can actually see where the two waters meet. One is blue, one is brown.
So you've a picture postcard pretty village, but behind the scenes the problem is...
There's a town the size of Kinvara, which is dependent on its living for the tourist industry, has a bay in which in the summer you can go down and look into the water, and there you can see fecal slicks and turds. When boats come in, visitors come in their boats, they arrive, their hulls are smeared with excrement. I mean, is this the way to behave?
And what's causing the actual smell on a summer's day?
Well, the pollution acts as a fertilizer. It makes the algae grow, and then the algae decay, and as they decay, they put out this sulphurous found. It smells very much like a stink bomb. Now, this doesn't happen all the time, it depends on the conditions, but when it does, it can be very bad indeed, and tourists coming into the village wind down their car windows and just drive on. And there have been occasions when the pier head, the local restaurant and pub, has actually been emptied by this.
So, is there any actual law that can come in and say no to what's going on here? Such as an SAC or
The shellfish in the bay are simply unfit to eat. The ones further up the bay, where the bay is cleaner, are also polluted. They contain about 4 times the amount of E. coli that they should do. And they, if they're used, have to be taken to another part of the sea and allowed to clean themselves up. The reason we were able to take the government to court was because there's this thing called the Shellfish Directive. And the government have an obligation to keep shellfish waters clean. And it was under that directive that we went to them. And they did rule that the government had to do something about it. The problem is that it seems to be sufficient for the EU for the government to assure them they're going to do something about it, and not actually force them to do something about it.
So with the downturn in the economy and the disappearance of the Celtic tiger, is there a solution anytime soon?
Well, I wouldn't have thought so, and I think even if the Celtic tiger was up and running, it wouldn't make any difference. During the whole period when things were hunky-dory, they still weren't able to provide us with sewage works. And the reasons are utterly baffling. I mean, this is not expensive. It was 3 million, it's now 5 million. It's not rocket science. You know, this technology has been around for 150 years. So why they have to have it examined in Dublin all the time is baffling. I just don't think there's a political will to do it. I mean, a town without a sewage works is like a house without a loo.
worth doing anything?
Kinvara girls.
What are they like? They're not great, are they? Come on, we'll do a couple of these now. We'll do another one. We'll do another walk, will we? Because that probably looks shit.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll talk.
Could that boat ever topple now?
Well, the bay is full of human excrement.
You know what's nice? Is flipping Cajun chicken fried in garlic butter and then served with a hint of chocolate.
Chicken. No, kick that.